Lactose Intolerant will be a short video about the UK dairy industry being in crisis. Over the past decade, more than half of Britain's farms have been forced to close, with many others making the difficult decision to cull their herd to sell for beef. This is due to dairy distributors cutting prices paid to dairy farmers in a bid to supply the big 5 supermarkets with milk that can be sold cheaper than water, to entice customers to shop with them. Britain's dairy crisis peaked in 2015, when production of a litre of milk cost approximately 30 pence, with little over 20 pence being recouped. Large dairy producers have struggled, but the worst affected have been the more sustainable family-run farms. The heritage of the British dairy culture is under threat. The iconic British landscape of rolling fields populated by grazing cows could potentially be lost, affecting Britain as a whole and farmers on an economic but also social level. Lactose Intolerant will focus on a family-run dairy farm that has endured the crisis and will be set against a beautiful Welsh backdrop, ensuring that the precise location is not identified to aid in anonymity. The video will aim to discover the obstacles faced, how the farm has adapted to survive the financial climate, and how the dairy crisis has impacted these farmers' daily lives, their standing within the local community, and their inter-family relationship. The Rural Sociological Society has been reporting on such rural issues since 1937, from the devastation of the 1980s farm crisis to the impact of neoliberalism, globalisation and financialisation. Implementing Bourdieu's social theory of practice, in 2015 Jane Glover found that farmers who are too rational through policy incentives risk upsetting their cultural heritage and the values others place on the natural beauty of the countryside. However, if farmers are too traditional, placing their passion ahead of profiting, they are branded as old-fashioned in modern business environments and are at risk of being left behind. Such theory emphasises the continuous struggle experienced by dairy farmers. The video has the potential to include all 6 of the vital propositions put forth by Michael Rabinger, in particular implying social criticism, as the video aims to expose sources of injustice and isolation. The Case Against 8, directed by Ben Cotner and Ryan White in 2014, depicts a group of lawyers and plaintiffs who fought for same-sex marriage in California and illustrates the way social injustice can be fought and documented. Bill Nichols identifies 6 genres of documentaries, a mix of which will be used including expository, which enables both factual information and interviews to support a topic, such as In the Homestretch, directed by Andy Mayer and Kirsten Kelly in 2014. Interviews comprising of close-up shots will be a key aspect of the video, as the content is delivered directly by those affected and allows for empathy to be gained by the viewer through angles that capture emotional expressions. Warm, soft lighting will be used in interviews around the kitchen table for a more dramatic aesthetic appearance that draws the viewer in and creates a relatable, homely ambience. White balance will be set manually to reduce colour casts and to gain authentic shots. Due to the nature of farm life, some conversations and daily activities will be shot in a run-and-gun style, occurring in the contrasting cooler daylight. Factual aspects, such as statistics, will be included in these segments through captions placed in the sky. The poetic genre that merges video, music, sound and editing will also be used to create a sense of fluidity throughout the video, emphasising the story element through long and medium shots that gain the perspective to look alongside the farmer. Observation will also be vital to ensure a faithful representation of the topic and enable the videographer flexibility to watch the story emerge at the family's discretion, capturing developing scenes as they arise through handheld shots. Colour will be used for authenticity and to represent that the complex underlying social issues are not black and white. Colour, or the lack of in some shots, will emphasise the emotional intent of the particular scene, such as the clinical feel of the milking parlour. Ethical considerations are vital due to the farm setting and the potentially personal content that may be disclosed. Pseudonyms will be used and each participant will receive a consent form. The right to withdraw from the process will be reiterated before and during videoing. The video will have an informative yet passionate feel about it that raises awareness about the British dairy crisis and helps to discover the accompanying critical social issues experienced by one family of farmers, but that is applicable to so many others.